This is my karma for coming on YouTube and trolling and doing some internet ass shit. Because now I gotta welcome all my new subscribers to my channel like an internet ass nigga. And even though I know some of you are Drake fans and majority of you are Kendrick fans, I know a lot of y'all are probably gonna start dropping off because I'm not here to be talking about these niggas the entire time on my channel. Like I said, that's some internet ass nigga shit, and I'm not an internet ass nigga. But as you can see in my last video, I can admit when I'm doing some internet ass shit. And I really don't want to have to keep using these niggas' names, but it'll all tie into the overall message before this video is over with. But I'm hoping a lot of you all stay just off of the simple fact that I'm coming with some type of substance and that I might just be one of the realest niggas y'all come across on this internet shit. Because at the end of the day, I'm an open book. I'm not trying to hide shit from nobody. For example, this snazzy little coat I got on with the fur on it and shit that match my boots. This is my little sister jacket. Here's another one for you. I'm a bald head ass nigga and I'm proud of it. But I didn't go bald. I chose to be bald. Nigga, them haircut prices was getting out of hand. But anyways, I just wanted to give my final remarks on this whole Drake versus Kendrick rap battle and how it pretty much pertains to me and how I'm going to decide to move forward on my journey before I take the world stage. Shit, a nigga head start getting cold in this bitch. But before I get started, let me show y'all how petty this nigga Kendrick is, and like this shit really just hit me the other day. And look, I watched a whole bunch of YouTubes on this shit, and I don't think I've heard anybody say this yet. So if I am the first person that says this, y'all motherfuckers better give me my credit. And if I'm not the first person to say this and I'm just late to the fucking party, get off my dick, okay? I'm here to watch the party die anyway. But y'all, I got so caught up in the bullshit that I didn't even pay attention to the one subtle yet simple sign that Kendrick had through the entire performance. A lot of us was getting all deep in shit with the American flag, right? When it was simply stating, they not like us. The U.S., the United States. You a Canada ass nigga. You'll never be like us. You could never. And that is no slight to anybody from Canada because I got family in Canada. I've been around a decent amount of Canadian people and don't none of them motherfuckers act like Drake. Nigga, we'll give this shit to Eminem before we give it to yo ass because he's actually from the land. And that's your fucking problem. That's where you fucked up at. Instead of you coming over here and bringing Canada to us, you came over here and became one of us. Or at least you thought you did, because that's why your ass is spiraling right now. Because nobody wants to accept me. That's the point. We don't know what to accept. When we got the Houston Drake, the Vegas Drake, the Atlanta Drake, the Jamaican Drake, the Miami Drake, the Cha-Cha Drake. I mean, we could keep going. Then you go run back to your hometown and give us the R&B Drake. But it is what it is at this point, man. Because like I said, I'm not here to drag this shit any longer. But there is one thing I do want to say to add on to Kendrick's whole message about they not like us. Because on a surface level, when y'all look at that statement, because Drake's involved, you think it has to do with race. And from Kendrick's perspective, it may be to a certain extent. I don't know. I don't read minds. Or maybe I do, but we're going to keep that on the low. But I wanted to add on to that and say they look like us, but they not like us. All skin folk ain't kinfolk. We got niggas in the streets. They look like us, but they not like us. We got niggas we went to school with. They look like us, but they not like us. We got people we go to church with. They look like us, but they not like us. Shit. We got motherfuckers in our family that look like us, but they not like us. And I'm not even gonna get deep into that shit because like I said, at this point, you either got it or you don't. This is my last time trying to help you motherfuckers if you don't. So I will say this. You judge a tree by its fruits. I done said this over and over again. This shit ain't about color no more. This shit ain't about race. Just look at that word in general. Race. What the fuck are you running to? You're running to your fucking demise. That's what. But I'm gonna go ahead and end this video like this, man. Me, I was fortunate enough. I was blessed enough to come up through all the eras of hip hop. I was there for the East Coast takeover. I was there for the West Coast takeover. I was there for the East versus the West Coast bullshit. I was there for the Midwest takeover. I was there for the South takeover. I was there for the Soulja Boy era. I was there for the skinny jeans and snapback era. I was there for the crunk era, the snap music era, the trap music era, drill music era, SoundCloud rapper era, and I was a part of that era. The list goes on. But as hip hop would evolve over time, there always would be people who would always say, hip hop is dead. But I would never pay that shit any attention until one day, Nas said that shit, and I was like, hold up, in my Nate Dogg voice. I didn't want to believe it. I didn't want to accept it. And Nas is a lyrical beast, so when Nas say some shit like that, it's like, this shit ain't a motherfucking game. Fast forward, during this rap battle, Kendrick says, I can heal and give you art, but the industry's cooked as I pick the caucus apart. And it was at that point, I had to accept the fact that hip hop might be dead. And I'm not just basing that off of what Kendrick said. I'm basing that off of the simple fact of how people even respond to music at this point. There was a time during rap battles or rap beefs that all the listeners could sit back and have a fair judgment and realize when a motherfucker's been cooked. There was a time when no matter how big of a fan of Jay-Z you were able to admit that Eminem spanked his ass on Renegade. Jay, don't come at me. I had to use that as an example. I fucks with you. Now I'm looking at what this shit has become overall, and it ain't even fun no more. This shit done turned into some sissy ass shit. This shit done turned into some tabloid ass social media ass shit. It done got to the point where people are so much of fanatics that they're fucking delusional at this point. It's to the point that they're willing to sit on top of that hill and die thinking that their favorite rapper won a rap battle when it's clear that motherfucker lost. I knew this shit was over with when motherfuckers started saying The Heart Part 6 was one of the best songs during the whole battle. When you can clearly hear the defeat in that nigga's voice, then you basically want to bow out of the battle because you claim Kendrick is dragging this PDF file allegation shit when your monkey ass told him to talk about it in the first place. I mean, since when did motherfuckers get into this rap shit to play victim? And this is how I know motherfuckers is really some dick riders and ain't listening to the music, because if they was, you wouldn't be defending this nigga at this point. And like I said before, I really just sat back and observed the response to this rap battle to decide how I was gonna continue to move forward with this shit. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. This shit's generational. I was really disappointed in the way the Gen Zers responded to this whole shit. I thought because they was younger, they was gonna be a little bit more diplomatic about it. But they treat this shit just like it's WWE at this point. And I can't completely point the blame at them because my generation is at fault for a lot of this shit. They ain't got no real true history of where this shit began. We ain't been passing down no information the way we supposed to. So a lot of them don't have no real true hip hop at their core. So they don't know how to be unbiased. They gonna ride with their favorite artists until the wheels fall off. And when the wheels fall off, they just gonna hop on the next bandwagon. And I don't want them type of people behind me whenever I decide to make my debut. So as of now, I'm going on the record to say, I'm finna fall back from this music shit for a while. Now, for those of you all who really know me, you know I'm never gonna stop making music. But I'm finna go back to when this shit was fun, doing this shit for free and not looking for no monetary return. I mean, I never was no money-hungry ass nigga anyway. But that's what this shit has turned into. Rap done turned into a broke man sport. I mean, let's be honest, that's the only reason why a lot of you motherfuckers is even rapping in the first place, because you think this shit's gonna save you. But really, in reality, that's not gonna be the story for all of you motherfuckers. And if you didn't notice, when that is the case for a lot of motherfuckers, they still end up being back at square one after thinking that they done made it. So basically what I'm finna do is fall back for a while and let a lot of you motherfuckers die out and then rise back from the ashes like a true phoenix does. And I'm gonna get more into that in my next video because I said I wasn't gonna make this no long and drawn out ass video and I probably done did that shit again. So before I go, I wanna give a shout out to everybody who was in the comment section of my last video. That was the most fun that I had in a long time on social media. And look, I knew when I was trolling, I was gonna get some traction, but I didn't know I was gonna get all of that. I'm just grateful that we was all able to come together and have some real dialogue about this whole entire situation and help each other grow from listening to everybody else's viewpoints. Nobody shot nobody else's opinions down. And that's really what it was all about, creating these think tanks to where we all can come and pour our ideas into one space and then help each other to grow consciously. And that's why I even took the time to respond to you all the way I did, because I wanted you all to see that I ain't no Hollywood ass nigga. I'm here to learn and grow and absorb information just like the rest of you all. And for the most part, I thought I was gonna get a lot of hate, but I came across some real decent people with some real decent viewpoints. I was prepared for the hate. But surprisingly, I got a lot of love. So I appreciate y'all for that. Now, don't get me wrong. There were some assholes. I don't mind y'all disagreeing with me. I don't mind y'all not liking my content. I don't mind y'all talking a little bit of shit. But when it comes to the point where y'all start disrespecting me, I want you to know I ain't no hoe. I get it. A lot of y'all hear the tone of my voice and y'all think shit's sweet. But look, I be projecting my voice like this on purpose. You could say this is my voice I use around white folks. I can get ignorant. And just as much as you can be an asshole, I can be an asshole too. But if I gotta be an asshole, I'm gonna make sure I take the biggest shit on your ass.